Here we have a new 2024 Cadillac Escalade V Series. This one comes in crystal white tri-coat, and then we have the jet black semi-aniline leather interior. And the powertrain consists of a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 engine, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 682 horsepower, 653 pound-feet of torque. But as we come around to the front end here, love this mesh grille, big Cadillac badge, those LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. It's just beautiful in this crystal white tri-coat. And with this one being a 24 model, this is the 20th year of the V Series from Cadillac. You get nice 22-inch wheels. Passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And then we do have our power running boards, heated cooled seat functions, power door locks, automatic one-touch up and down windows, memory seats, power folding mirrors, blind spot monitors in those, 36 speaker AKG sound system. And then we do have that air suspension, trailer brake controller, electronic parking brake, hood release, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And of course, a very adjustable driver's seat here with power lumbar support and massage function. And if you ever want to tow with this, there are your figures there. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" and with longer legs in my driving position. So sitting behind myself, looks like we're gonna have pretty good space. And we do, so headroom's pretty good. Legroom back here is very good. And then we have the rear entertainment screens on the back of either headrest here. And we can configure that with the Wi-Fi hotspot if you want to pull up Hulu, YouTube, or if you want to run a PlayStation or Xbox through the HDMI port, you can do that. And all that's down here. I'm gonna lower this window for a little bit of light. But 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB-C charge ports, and then a 120 volt 3-prong household plug-in there. Bottle holders here. We do have the automatic rear climate controls as well as 3-stage heated outboard seats. There's a view of the front from back here. Sunroof with the sunshade. And there's a look at the third row. And you can see even sitting behind myself, there's pretty good room back there. So these are pretty spacious, the Tahoe, Yukon, and the Escalade here. But seat back pockets are on both sides as well. Gonna make our way towards the back. And a big shout out to Cadillac of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Escalade-V. I'll leave a link below in the description. There's the back end there, LED tail lamps. Of course, a menacing exhaust, which you can still hear over this windy day we're having. And there is a view of the storage space behind the third row. Top tethers are there. We can power fold them into the floor when the seats up front are far enough up. And then we can even put them back up. And on either side here, you get a USB-C charge port and bottle holder. But I'm gonna come around to the rear passenger side, show you how you can fold the seat down. First of all, you can use this to pull it back or forth, and then that'll fold right into the floor there. And pretty easy to just get it back into place. And then a quick look at the window sticker. Y'all can pause. Hopefully you can see all of that pretty clearly. Sticker price is $155,515. And there's our stellar fuel economy there. Front passenger seat. Side pocket here. There's a 12 volt on this side. A lockable glove compartment there. And as we come back around to the front, there's that beautiful handcrafted supercharged V8. But next, we're gonna go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So here's the leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Now over here to the screen, I don't know what this is doing right now, but here we have the 16.9-inch OLED screen. So navigation is here. You can see if you hold the symbols throughout, you can move them, especially on this first page. But navigation screen is here. So that's gonna take a minute to load up. While it's doing that, dual zone automatic climate controls are right here. And then we have our audio, which includes AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, and then wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. And then we have our vehicle info here. You can go through all of that. So quite a few options that you can look at there. And then Wi-Fi hotspot, rear climate controls. Now here in the system settings, you can change your time, date, and units of measurement there. And then you have your automatic parking assist. Just, there's so much going on. Video recorder, the rear media system, you can control the ambient lighting. Backup cameras there, guidelines, follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Front cameras there. Trailer hitch view, just a lot that you can pinpoint using this camera. And then you even have the rear camera mirror right there, you can turn on or off. But I'm gonna let a little more light in here because it's early in the morning. So these are all the sunroof controls, sunshade, we can slide or tilt the roof there, power liftgate controls, we can fold that third row here, and then we have the sensor inclination and the universal home remote. And there's a look at that. And there's the back seat from up here, trying to get the glare of the sun out of the way. Now over here, automatic brake hold, V mode there, lane keeping system. And then for the shifter, just hit this button, drive, manual, hold up for neutral, hit the button, pull all the way up for reverse, press P for park. You can use this knob to go through your radio if you don't want to use a touch screen. Shortcuts are there as well for the vehicle info, nav, etc. And then we do get a volume knob here, which is very useful, and you can click that to mute. Bottle holders, USB-C, USB-A port, little storage there. You can stow all of that away. Wireless charging pad. And then a USB-C, USB-A input, SD card for the navigation, removable tray, and then you have the wireless headphones in the back for those rear media screens, 12 volt there. Now back to the steering wheel, we do get these lovely paddle shifters, blinkers, auto high beams on the side there. And then we have automatic wipers, one time off, auto low high. You can adjust that auto sensitivity here, and then you have a rear wiper as well. And then push back for that fluid, pull up for the front fluid. And then we do have several drive modes, so that's what this button here is for. You can go through Tour, Sport, Snow, Ice, Tow Haul, My Mode. And then of course, hit that V if you wanna get that going. Heated steering wheel toggle. We do get the adaptive cruise control with the Super Cruise, so we can turn that on, Super Cruise, hit that to get it going. Gap adjust for the forward collision alert and the adaptive cruise. And then voice recognition over here. And then we have the conversation enhancement there. You can go through your track list, radio station presets here, volume, mute. You can scroll through here, and then you can hit this and go through your actual sources or your favorites if you choose to, and then Bluetooth button here. And then we do have the side options here for the heads-up display, the gauges, as well as the trip meter. So if you look closely, heads-up display is right in there. It's just flashing because of the lights, how my camera's picking it up. Push button start, key fob with remote start. And now that I've let this thing heat up, it's time for the fun part. Let's go ahead and take this 2024 Escalade-V out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Escalade-V series, of course, just a great sound from the exhaust. Very strong, very menacing. But a great thing about the Escalade-V is it's so luxurious still. It still has a really good ride quality while keeping that aggressive powertrain going. So you have the luxury of the Cadillac brand while of course having the performance of the V series. So the best of both worlds here, depending on what you're trying to do. But right now I'm trying to put my foot in it, so we're gonna give it something getting on the interstate here. Oh, I love that backfire from the exhaust. Or cackle, I should say. So I'm gonna give it a slight roll here. And here we go. Oh man, just a great sound. Gosh, it's so quick. I didn't have my foot even close to flooring it, of course, but I mean, my gosh, still just an incredible, incredible performance vehicle. Now, I'm gonna test out the Super Cruise just for a bit, just to show you how that works. So it's keeping that safe distance between myself and the vehicle in front of me. Of course, it's trying to auto change. You can change that in here, but I always forget to do it in the settings. But of course, for longer trips, I can get over 2 lanes and really cruise and have the Escalade do most of the work. Great software here. And that's another reason this is so awesome in terms of just being a great SUV. Now, the fuel economy, you're gonna be paying for quite a bit of gas, but you do have very good tech here in terms of the adaptive cruise, the lane centering, all of that. And then if you're not trying to go on a road trip, you've just got a monster of an SUV. This thing performs like no other. Just, it's the full package. And that's why it's $156,000. And it's really, it gives a G-Wagon a run for its money while still being quite a bit cheaper than a G63. Now with this having all of the options that it does have, or say all the standard features that it has, it's just crazy when you're sitting here how much this thing is actually doing. I always forget the air suspension is here, but then after a long stop, you just hear a tss, and it's just, this thing has all of the coolest sounds. Give it another pull here. And I mean, it's so seamless. With it being supercharged, you don't have to necessarily floor it to get the maximum output, because your power curve is much more linear as opposed to turbochargers where you're waiting for the turbos to kick in. The supercharger is ready to go from zero, and it's so exhilarating. It really is. And I mean, this exhaust is just, it doesn't get old. Just slowing down as you're coming up behind slower vehicles, and it's just rumbling. And you do have the paddle shifters as well if you really want that full-on driving experience. I don't want to necessarily put too much in this thing, which is why I'm not giving it everything it's got. But as you can see, even just taking it for a little test drive, trying to baby it, it's still just a nasty vehicle in the best way. I'm gonna put it into tour mode now for the rest of the drive. But all in all, the tech you get is fantastic, of course. Cadillac really did their thing, upgrading from the Q system that kind of had its bugs and issues a while ago, and then just having this screen here, just from the side, the left side here, through the gauge cluster, through the infotainment system. It's just very nice to look at while still having everything that you need. Whether you want to see your gauges, change the view, or have your navigation screen up, look at your info while you're driving. It's very driver-centered, and it's still something that you could chauffeur people around in, but This thing, at least in my opinion, is really meant for the driver, somebody who wants something that is just fierce in every way. But if you still want to take the family on vacation, you're able to do that, and no one's going to complain. You just might get some screams if you put your foot to the floor on the interstate. But I just think a great package, an all-around package here for a luxury SUV that's quick, that's fun. And I mean, it's 150 grand, so 16 miles a gallon highway, 11 city. Money's not gonna be an issue there. You're just gonna be going through a lot of gas, but you'll be having fun while you do it. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Cadillac Escalade V Series.